So, this is the first meeting between these two players. But I wonder how many Chinese opponents Tine Baun has played over her career. 33 years of age now, from OSIM in Denmark. Turned 33 just before the opening ceremony of the London Olympic Games. Won this title in both 2008 and 2010, and of course she is the reigning and two-time European champion. Not the highest ranked European player in the world at the moment. That honour goes to Juliana Schenk from Germany. Fred Cox from the Netherlands, our umpire. Kevin Smith from England is the service judge. Well, how wonderful it would be if Tine Baun could end her career with yet another final at the All England Championships. This is her last ever tournament in international play. At the age of 33, she's decided that because this has been such a good tournament for her over the years, two times the champion, of course, in 2008 and 2010, she reached 3 consecutive finals, beat the finalist in 2009. But her opponent today, Han Li, 25 years of age, from China. Yeah, there'll be plenty of Danish support here at the National Indoor Arena.
Tine Baun to serve. Double. Play.
So the number 7 seed, the current European champion, Tine Baun.
1 love.
Never met in tournament play before.
2 love.
I know we've only had 2 points, but Tine Baun looks very nervous to me.
That's over.
I think being the last ever tournament, it's inevitable in a way. She wants to put out a good performance for her last one. You know, it shows how important this championships is to her, to decide this is going to be the last one and not the Danish Open instead.
It's over. 3-1. She gave it.
Oh. Ooh, well, make your own minds up there. It was given in. Just long. And of course, Tine Baun, one of the strongest athletes in the women's game. The sheer physicality in her style of play gets her out of trouble so many times. Seems to be off balance deep in court and still has the strength to get the shuttle right to the back of her opponent's court. Not bad touch play either.
Tine Baun, obviously one of the taller ladies singles players around the world, very strong with it as well. I remember many years ago she tore her Achilles tendon. I mean, many people would think that would put you out the sport. She came back physically much stronger than before she had such a horrific injury.
Yes, in fact she totally ruptured that Achilles. I was actually there, I saw it happen in Beijing at the 2005 Sudirman Cup. You're right, she did come back fitter, stronger, leaner, mentally tougher.
5-4.
Oh, it's that really exaggerated shoulder turn. Trademark of Tine Baun.
5-4.
19-6.
All called good.
That's over.
And the Danish coaches.
5.
Lars Uar, the head coach, and Henrik Krona. On the right as well, look at them, the man with the beard. Actually hails from Sweden. He's a very good international player himself, was Henrik.
6-5. Play.
That's lovely disguised deception.
6-0.
Just rolls her fingers across the grip to enable her to rotate the head of the racket across the feathers. Just comes down so softly.
That's nicely done.
7-6.
It's a perfect example. Looked off balance, looked as if the shuttle had gone past her, and yet physically has the strength to play the winner. And again there, look at that. How did she hit that backhand? It's so deep and low in her backhand corner.
I actually think she's the only girl in the world that can actually do that. And I think it's that kind of power, strength that took her to winning these titles.
That's lovely. Total control of the rally. It just hovers round the net area, guiding the shuttle cross court. Winners from anywhere.
Certainly can't afford to hit a short length to Tine Baun. Like I say, the trademark rotation of the shoulders, looking as though she's going to play the slice, hitting it the opposite way.
That's a great shot as well. 5-point advantage.
Spraggan, kryss på sin bauen. Fart i den här korta server. Bör man se på den långsidan, det står supergott i defensiven så bör vi gå band på. Hvis man skulle pressa till nät så har du väl till dyk på den. Hvis du kommer höjt så må du gärna spela ner mot varandra här. Perfekt ner mot varandra här, det är också clear. Den sista tiden. Hvis du får andra angrepp så definitivt speciellt på den. Du kan gå 2 gånger liv för den får den, eller på kropp.
Well, I didn't quite get all of that, but I think that the advice was when you manage to get it deep in Han Lee's forehand corner, step forward. She's playing back to the net the whole time. No. It's a nice healthy lead. 11-6 in this opening game.
Again, the use of power to get out of trouble. I think that's ever so slightly short. She really does stretch up well to those round the heads, maximum height.
That's over. 7-12.
Han Lee, at the age of 25, but really has very, very little international experience. Didn't play any international tournaments in 2010. And last year, only a limited number of tournaments. That's a clever shot from Han Li.
9-13.
Given what I've just said about Han Li, Anthony, why do you think she hasn't had that much international exposure? Do you think that the Chinese coaching staff haven't rated her and maybe she's just made an improvement now, or do they fear that some of their leading players have started to lose to many other players in international badminton? And of course they've got their injury problems at the top of world badminton with Wang Xin, of course, injured herself in the Olympic Games in the bronze medal playoff match, and they're just looking for other players.
But they're very fortunate to have a lot of players, you know, to pick from. To be 25 from China and for us to have not seen them a lot on the tour is very, very unusual. Normally we're seeing players of this kind of caliber at the age of 18, maybe even younger, and then, you know, they're playing with the top players all the time. Their improvement is very, very quick. So, you know, to think she is 25 and the 5th ranked player in China maybe does suggest that they are losing that edge a little bit.
Just overdone it. Yeah, for Han Li, of course, this is her first All England, and in fact this is her, I believe, her first ever trip outside of Asia to international competition. So, I mean, that sums up that they haven't used her or perhaps really rated her in the same way as some of their other players. But she's a fine player.
Absolutely, I think she possesses quite a lot of skills. I wouldn't suggest that she's as quick as some of the top Chinese girls. But, you know, exposure to the World Tour does bring a player on very, very quickly.
Now, what a finish to a great rally. Look at that net shot from Tine Baun.
15-10. That's over. 11-15.
Almost looked as if Tine Baun changed her mind there. It looked as if she was going to lift it and then decided to play the net shot. Oh, it's a terrific angle again.
16-11.
Definitely struggling to read the overheads from Tine Baun. Some straight slices, some cross-court reverse slices, and also the big power smash as well.
That's over. 12-17.
Straight net shot was definitely the shot on that occasion for Tine Baun.
Oh my goodness me, well, the line judge initially pointed that it was in, then changed his mind, and he made the right judgment in the end. It was just long.
That's over. 13-19.
Smash down the forehand, then down the backhand. Move forward to the net to finish it off. Classic tactics, very clever. And now game point opportunities. What an excellent shot to end an excellent game by Tine Baun. 21-13 confirms the umpire. And that was a very, very impressive performance by the two-time former champion Tine Baun.
Kort, lite blött, men enkelt gang. Ska söka fram för hon ligger i muskler. Sen får det bli överträd i någon enkel gang. Normalt svart så eller en slippe eller lang. För det är de gånger som hon är över dig. Normalt indtil det så er det du som styrer.
Han klarer bedre til forhånd end baghen.
Ja.
Det er som om, han ved noget, som hvor den er.
Ja.
Og den kommer med en vis fart.
Ja. Det læser han. Chris cut my feet. Han står på den. Han vil gerne bare gå ud og spille tempo på den og holder bare lige kort. Eller en overspilling, for han løber på den krydsen. Så det ikke kommer alt for mange gange den. Den krydsen
Lige nede i forhåndshjørnet.
Ja.
Rigtig godt brugt.
Ja.
Den kommer lige ned.
Ja.
Du bliver nødt til at skyde ned.
Men det er en definte der. Altså som de gør det sidste her.
Well, it's interesting that Tine Baun's coach, Henrik Kruna, using all of his allotted time, and probably just trying to keep her as calm as talk tactics. There's no doubt Tine Baun has been looking forward to these championships. She's, from some time ago, announced this is where she would end her career. Didn't play in the European Mixed Team Championships because of her preparation for these All-England Championships. Everything this year geared towards this tournament. And that, in a way, did a lot of self-imposed pressure, apart from the fact that, you know, physically she's looking very good, she's looking well prepared, she's looking fit and ready. But you put pressure on yourself when everything is geared towards one particular tournament. Well, that was a jolly good call. That was plumb on the line.
Tentative movement into the net from Tine Baun. Definitely looked like the kill was there to be had.
Yeah, once again, it looked to me as if she changed her mind. Oh, good. Hanley doesn't like the call.
Inside, play.
Yep. Clip the outside edge of the line.
2, 3.
Of course, in the second round of the women's singles in this year's tournament, only 3 Chinese players left in the draw. And the 2 players that you would have expected to be through, the current Olympic champion and defending champion, who won the title here last year, Li Shuiwei, she lost in the first round. as did the current world champion and former All England champion Wang Yi-han. An awful lot of pressure also on Han Lee. Both players getting a little bit disgruntled with some of the line calls. I have to say that in general terms, I think the line judges do an absolutely wonderful job. Well, the umpire quite clear there. Stop calling the lines. The line judge calls the lines, not you. Good umpiring. Sadly become too much of a feature in badminton. Players trying to influence the line judges.
I think some of the time that is, you know, natural reactions to shout out when the shuttle lands on the floor. Like you say, Jill, I think there's a lot of players that try to over-influence those lines judges.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, that was going wide. Well, talk about a perfect shot to end the rally. Great disguise. Right into that deep backhand corner. Absolute perfection. Tine Baun back level.
Another slack shot from Tine Baun. I actually think that Han Lee, obviously she's 25, she possesses quite a lot of skill. You know, the Chinese ladies singles players tend to be very, very quick, very early on the shuttle all the time. And I think they obviously see something in her that she's got a little bit different to some of the other Chinese players. And I think the exposure to the world badminton, she may come through and prove that, you know, she can be a force to be reckoned with.
Good body smash from Tine Baun. That was a good smash too. Got to say, Anthony, it's one of my bugbears in a way that, you know, we look at the top Chinese players in the women's singles, they've been so dominant for so long. And there is no question, you're absolutely right, they're all very good physical athletes. They're all very fast, very fit. But I think we get a little bit blinkered by that. I believe that the Chinese players have led the way in the racket skills. I think they're all highly, highly skillful, but we're so amazed by their speed that we don't recognise that so much. This is a great rally. Just wide. And a tough rally.
7-4.
Brilliant net play from Tine Baun. She is very famous for her overhead prowess. Also very, very good skill and touch around the net. That's why she is so good overhead, because she can get herself into those positions.
Just one. Getting a little bit frustrated with herself. Got to keep herself calm.
9-8.
Just the slice there from Tine Baun, taking a bit of pace out.
Very slack block into the net from the Chinese girl. Cannot afford to give Tina those kind of chances.
And the Dane is struggling to control the length of her clears and lifts from that far side of the court. Well, she's hitting with the drift.
11-9, interval.
And it is Han Lee who has the advantage. 2-point advantage here in the mid-game interval of the second game.
不腿这个啊，你起来以后不对，反弹一下不腿，他有这个要挡我，别小心一点，有没有这个？这时候内线他不会有那么快的速度，所以内线这球都比较冲，别反应对后场的一球啊，不是主动赢球，别等。好，加油！ Den bläser.
120 seconds, 120 seconds.
Ja, lite så som Dirk får så är man.
Play.
Moving her opponents, who were going for the court, bringing her forward. That was the one, then flicking to the back of the court again. And then the little net shot, and Han Lee is so far out of position. That is just delightful. What a shot.
12-10.
Tine Baun really struggling to find this good length. You know, when she is getting it deep in and behind Han Lee, dominating every single rally, she seems very tentative from the far end as we're looking on to actually hit the shuttles nice and high and deep into the corners.
Now, having a go at herself. You always know what Tine Baun is thinking. She really expresses herself well. You know, as a sports fan, you can relate to her because you can see when she's disappointed. You can always see as well when she's delighted with herself, and that's lovely. She's a real character, and when she does leave the World Tour, she'll be sadly missed because always thrills the fans, always relates to them and gets them involved. Again, having seen the disappointment just a couple of rallies ago, yeah, we saw the delight.
She is a fantastic advert for badminton. You know, you'll never see a more determined character in all the days of playing badminton. And she's such a lovely girl with it as well.
14-12.
Now listen to the fans chanting her name. Well, I can't help but have a little flashback to last year's All England with Tine Baun, because she was playing against Wang Yihan, who then was the #1 seed, eventually lost in the final. And she was a game up and had 4 match points in the second game before losing really rather easily in the decider. And at the moment, this match looks to be following a similar sort of pattern.
And she started to get quite impatient now, going for the big smashes off return of serve. She's not using the net at all now in this game.
Well, if anybody can come back from a 4-point deficit, it's Tine Baun. And that has helped reduce that to just 3 points now. She really got to focus on trying to outmaneuver her opponent, make Han Li twist and turn, move to the back, bring her forward.
We've not seen enough of those net shots in this second game. It was the dominating factor in the opening game. Han Li's coaches have said, you know, keep her away from that area. There's a slack service. It went well long of the back line.
What was it I was saying? I thought the tactic had been get Han Li deep into that forehand corner and go forward to the net. She always drops it. Got to get her deep in the first place, that's the problem.
Big difference there as Tine really stepped in nice and early. Made it look as though she was going to play the net shot. She is going to win this second game. It will be won and lost by who is willing to get to the net earlier.
Oh, that could prove costly. Had the courage to command the rally, go for the attack, go for the positive play.
17-19.
Very short lifts from Han Li. Tine Baun at her best when she's taking it as early as she is overhead.
Well, honestly, I thought she was forced into some of those short lifts by the quality of the attacking play. all good. There was the little hold and flick deep into the forehand corner once again.
18-19.
And now there's just 1 point in it. That is superb defence. She's back level. A little nod of approval from Lars Uhr.
19-all.
Yeah. Happy with that. Why not? That's called good as well. On a run of 4 straight points.
20.
Tine Baun now has a match point. Hanley appeals to the umpire, but he's not going to overrule. Got to overrule straight away, and only if you've seen that a clear error has been made. Match point opportunity.
20-19.
And I thought the lift from Hanley and starting that rally was going to drift wide of the sideline.
Yeah, I agree with you. I thought Tine Baun could have left it, and that would have been match over. Oh, what a net shot. She worked and worked and worked in that rally, did Tine Baun. And in the end, I think Hanley ran out of patience. Couldn't believe that shuttles were kept coming back. And in the end, made the error on a little block to the net. And so the two-time former champion has a second match point opportunity. And that's landed well in. She's come from behind in this second game to clinch a quarter-final place in 2 straight games. 21-13, 22-20. And the dream is still alive as far as Tine Baun is concerned. Through to the quarter-final once again. This, the final rally, the smash, the body smash, and it was clearly in. Having to come from 16-19 down in the second game. Well, I said if anybody could close a gap, it was this lady. And reward the quarter-final.
9-8.
Thank you.
来。
Kæft, det er flot billede.
Tak.
Så skal vi komme ud
Tak
her.
skal du have.
Tine Baun.
Well, obvious delight for Tine Baun to be through to yet another quarter-final at the All England Championships. She'll play either Linda Wendy Thanathri of Indonesia or Puntip Borana Prasatsuk of Thailand. So the players already on court for our fifth and final match this afternoon. Mathias Bo and Karsten Mogensen of Denmark, #1 seeds, up against Liu Xiaolong and Chun Si-han. So Mathias Bo, the left-hander, 32 years of age, Karsten Mogensen, 29. They are the world #1s, have been since the 2nd of November